Well, all right, y'all. So, welcome back to Love 24 Hours Here, where we view content that can either brighten or enlighten your day. All right, y'all. So, I got some shout outs. Let me put those up. I got some shout outs, and I got a few announcements. Yeah. Okay, so that sounded so professional just now. OMG, like a few announcements. I'm wild, bro. I'm so wild. Okay, so listen. All right, Love Tribe. So we're going to start off with the shout-outs first. Or should I start with the shout-outs first? No, I'm going to do the announcements first. Yeah, and then we'll do the shout-outs. Okay, so quick announcement. Okay, so make sure you guys follow me on Facebook. I keep forgetting about Instagram because I'm not that active. But yeah, follow me on there too. Just so you know, like, when I put out a new video, because I always post, well, at least 99% of the time I always post when I drop a new video, so you'll know, because some people say they don't get a notification on YouTube. I'm not about to get into that. Me and YouTube, I love you, YouTube, though. I really do. I don't blame you per se, okay, for some certain things, but yeah, but I love YouTube, so don't ban me. Okay, so listen, so make sure you guys follow me on there, and make sure you get active on my website. Okay, so for those of you who have joined, welcome and thank you. Make sure you go to the group though. Make sure you go to the group because I want to get real active on there, and we're gonna start building this community. Okay, so yeah, once you join the group, I'm really excited about it as far as like first starting off, because it's easier to remember you guys and get to know you on a personal level as opposed to when it starts to get like full and people really start flooding in. Not saying I won't try to still remember people because I have a pretty good memory, but man, so it's like building a community. I really just want us to be there for each other and discuss certain topics, especially these topics on these videos. Like, bro, I really hope y'all paying attention, like from the thumbnail pictures to the title. Like, I'm dropping so many hints and clues, and I hope you guys are tying these things together. Like, real talk, like I put a lot of effort into putting the pieces together for you, because let's just be honest, it's just things that I can't say here, but there are things I'll be able to say on my website. And when I think I'm gonna start making separate videos to post on the website as well, because I can just say whatever I want for the most part. Well, I have, let's say this, I have a little bit more wiggle room. Okay, well, a lot more wiggle room on my website. So yeah. But it's just certain things I just can't say and discuss with y'all on here like I want to. Like, I want to go live and just go in, but yeah, they watching me. Okay, so listen. So anyway, but yeah. So make sure you guys just tune in there and make sure you guys start getting active in the group. And I'm gonna be moving some things around. I'm gonna be working on the website this weekend. So if you see anything different, it's not you. It's me. Okay, so yeah, but anyway, I think, was that it? Oh, yes. And also, I'm really, I brought this up a while ago, before I took a break. So this is months ago, so you probably don't remember if you've already been here, of course. But I am really putting more plans and more thought into doing Zoom calls with some of you and getting some of you together and just us meeting, and just discussing certain things. Because like I said, when you go on this path, sometimes you can feel alone. Sometimes you feel like you can't really talk to people about what's really on your mind. You know what I'm saying? Y'all know what I'm talking about? So yeah, so I really wanted to do that also, which is also kind of sort of intertwined with the website as well. So yeah, so if you're interested, hit me up on one of these platforms and let me know if you're interested in jumping on Zoom with your girl. Okay, so yeah, so I'm really thinking about doing that, and we'll talk, little details, certain stuff I'm not gonna share in here. Okay, so yeah, so that was it, I think, for announcements. Is that it? Okay, so yeah. All right, so let's jump straight into the shout outs. Okay, so first shout out goes to Jordan Glasper 1064. I think I said that right. And I like the filter, bro. Like, I always notice this picture. Like, I'm a visual person, if y'all haven't figured that out already. So yeah, so some of y'all like profile pictures, I really be digging it. Okay. So next shout out goes to, and I be digging. First of all, okay, never mind. I'm not going. Okay, so yeah, but look, I'm digging this profile picture too. So next shout out goes to Amy Gravel. I think that's gravel. I'm pretty sure that's the L and not an I or anything like that. So yeah, so Amy Gravel 6383. Thank you. I appreciate you guys. Y'all a whole vibe. I love the Love Tribe for real, for real. Okay, and last shout out, last but not least, last shout out goes to Aziza the One 5521. So appreciate the love, you guys. I appreciate the support. I appreciate you guys for tuning in. So yeah, without further ado, let's jump straight into the video now.
I'm in my own lane and I hawk it. I give the utmost respect, but I demand mine. And you don't have to give it to me. And if you don't, I'ma politely vacate the premises. Let the clown have the circus. When you entertain a clown, you become part of the circus.
What I'm starting to notice, sometimes as bad as you want to address certain shit is better off left unsaid. It's facts over all feelings. Don't let your emotions play with your intelligence.
Do you think we're creating a life form?
For the longest time, well, for a very long time, we've been the smartest creatures on Earth. That's been our defining characteristic. I mean, speaking of martial arts, I don't think anyone should challenge a silverback gorilla to a fight. Even if you're very good at martial arts, that's going to kill you. But so we're not stronger than a gorilla. We're not faster than other animals. We're smarter. Now, what happens when there's something way smarter than us? Where does it go?
It's a good question.
Yeah.
This is the way I live. Little boy still pushing big wheels.
Y'all seen this yet? I guarantee it'll be one of the most eye-opening videos you've ever seen in your entire life. Watch.
In 160 seconds, you will decide how this story ends. This is a story about us, the indoor generation. A generation that spends 90% of its life indoors. It all started the day we left nature behind. We filled our homes with lovely things and all the stuff we wanted. Our homes became places you would never want to leave. Artificial light replaced daylight, and we built our houses so that nothing could escape. We cooked and showered, breathed and played, slept and sweated. But we had closed ourselves in to a point where nothing could get out. So when the air turned bad inside, we tried fixing it with chemicals. And we put in little artificial suns everywhere to make the darkness bearable. That's when things started to happen. Hard to notice in the beginning. Some needed help to sleep, to breathe, to not itch. Many of us even started to feel sad. So we turned on happy lamps to make the sadness go away. Then, scientists discovered that the air inside our homes is up to 5 times more polluted than the air outside. And that the lack of daylight can affect children's learning and increase blood pressure. It turns out that kids' rooms often have the highest concentration of toxicants in the house. In fact, millions of homes are unhealthy to live in. They discovered that living in damp and moldy homes increases the risk of asthma by 40%. And I learned that millions of people like me suffer from asthma and allergies caused by a bad indoor environment. And so, here we are. How the story ends is up to you, because it's not written yet.
Yo! Did y'all know that it's 100% illegal to try to communicate with dolphins at your local nearby beach? Did you know that if you get caught doing this, you can get fined up to $100,000 or sent to jail for up to a year? Now, The video clip I'm about to show you is for entertainment purposes only. I repeat, entertainment purposes only. And it has me raising eyebrows on what's the real reason why they've made it illegal to try to communicate with dolphins. Use your own discernment, comment below, but let's discuss it. This video you're about to watch is quite an eyebrow raiser.
Dr. Paul Spong was trained in he was trained in a college to be a whale trainer, and he became the whale trainer at the Vancouver Zoo, and he started training his killer whale there. But then after about a year, he began to realize that the whale was training him. It became real obvious to him. He says, wait a minute, the whale's actually, having more influence on his life than he's having on that one. And the whale got him to tell him about all the whales that were being killed all over the world, and started to influence him to stop the whaling in the world. So what did he do? He started Greenpeace. He was the founder of Greenpeace. He got the 6 people together. It's one table, which I got to introduce with each one of these people, and got them to go out and start this movement. And he went out on the ships, and he'd been arrested like 100 times. He'd go out on these ships and just start shutting down everything. And they'd arrest him, trying to get him stopped. And they did. They eventually got stopped the whaling in I don't know how many countries. There's like lots and lots of countries that Greenpeace has stopped all of this on. And one day he came to me and he said, the whales told him, he says that he believed that he was in direct communication with them telepathically, that he could just talk to them. He could tell them in his head to do any of the things that he wanted them to do in the water, and they would just do it. And he got to the place where he just knew that it was just like talking. And they told him that there was no such thing as an individual whale or an individual dolphin in the world, that they were really cells in a larger body of consciousness. And that communication occurred, that all there had to be, if there was a dolphin, there only needed to be another dolphin within a 1,000-mile radius. And that dolphin could communicate to the whole through that one. In other words, they did have a 1,000-mile limit in their communication. And this whale wanted to prove this to him. He says, I will prove to you that this is true. So he asked me if he could have my house. I had a house in 450 miles inland on this place called Kootenai Lake. And he says, can I borrow your house for the winter? So I gave it to him. And he went in, and he was going to set up a sensory deprivation tank to float in there to get still enough to be able to make the communication, but he never even put it together. And so I came back a few months later, 3 or 4 months later, and he had removed a few walls of my house. It was a funny feeling, I'll tell you. And put these windows there that weren't there before and things. It was really beautiful, but it was shocking. And he had still not made contact. He said, I need more time. And I said, well, okay. So, but I was there, so we were all living together. Him and his wife was living there, and me and my wife we were living there, and my kids. And about 2 weeks later, he used to have, though if anybody who knows Dr. Paul Spong, you know Paul Spong? Yeah. He's got kind of short hair now, and he looks very kind of professional-like. But he used to have really long hair and a really long beard, and in those days. And he came into the room one morning after about 2 weeks, and he had shaved his beard off on one side of his head, and he cut the hair short on one side of his head. And I said to Paul, I know something's up. I'm sure of it. He says, yeah, I made contact last night. And he says, I'm sure that I did. I did it. And he says, they told me that I was going to be a large influence in the world in all of this, and that I had to look respectable. He says, so today is my transition day. So for that day, he walked around half and half, and the next day he shaved off the other side. And what they told told him is the way they were going to prove it was he said that he was to go to this bay north of Vancouver, a very specific spot, and he was to go there with video equipment and everything so that he could prove what was about to happen. And he was to tell his people, he had a whole group of people that worked with him, he was to tell them what was to happen so that there would be like no backing out of this whole thing. And that on a certain day, at a certain time, which I think was 12 noon on a certain day, all the whales, of which there were about 100 of them, of a certain species, would come into this bay, would swim up to the shoreline, lift out of the water, and look him in the eyes. And that's exactly what happened. He went up there with about 30 people, and they put their microphones in the water and everything, and they sat around and they waited for this time. And sure enough, all these whales came swimming up to the shore, lifted out and looked him in the eyes. And obviously, he was never the same after that. He started the Orca Lab, which was started in that very spot, and he's been totally merged into whale research ever since then. And on his own, not using through the governments or anything else like he did before. And he spends all his time, I taught him how to play the silver flute, and spends all his time out in canoes with him, playing flutes to them and communicating with them, that he's now learned how to do. And so the whales they have an extraordinary level of awareness. We can't really talk about it because when later I'm going to try to tell you, when I talk about the electromagnetic spectrum and light and all these other kinds of things when we get into this.
Well, people are now freaking out over mosquitoes, genetically modified mosquitoes. You probably remember this video where a person found a mosquito with a number written on it, the number 38. This was in Russia. Well, now there's more videos of this type of thing going on, but this time helicopters dropping mosquitoes or insects. There's more than one video I'm going to show you guys. In this video, we can see what looks like a helicopter dropping mosquitoes or insects, wherever this thing is. It's clearly dropping somebody. But this is not the only situation where such a thing happened. In Baltimore, something similar happened in a music festival, and this is a video pay very close attention.
This shit happened out of nowhere. We just sit here with something and that just started attacking me. And all these people are leaving.
We need to phone.
My phone about to die. The bus attacking us.
What people are saying is that after this chopper started hovering the festival, people started getting mosquito bites all over in such a way that they had to leave the festival. It was that bad. But apparently this is not the only case. Something very similar happened in this next video that I'm about to show you guys. Check this out. What's going on here? Why is this happening? Are these actually mosquitoes? What is going on here?
Yo, me.
No.
What?
I said no.
Why not?
I don't want to.
I don't want to spoil it for you.
Like the way you dance, and do your little dance. You know it, dance. I love it when you dance. Come show me, dance, and do your little dance. You know it.
What's the worst date you've ever been on?
And this guy had been trying to talk to me for a while. Mind you, he was like 30, like 29 or 30. He's like, oh, well, I really want to take you to this haunted corn maze. So we get into the corn maze, and he's like, you know, it would be so funny right now. I'm like, what? He's like, if I just left you. I'm like, huh? This man took off in a full sprint. I lose him. And then he pops out of nowhere. He's like, oh, I got you. Like, it's like cracking. So why the fuck we're walking again probably another 6 or 7 minutes. He breaks off into a full sprint again. I'm not chasing after him this time. I just start crying. One of the crew members, he comes out and he like is rubbing my back, whatever. He's like, well, I'm gonna just walk you to the end of the maze. Cause he's seen him leave.
All right, y'all. Let me get out of here. Because I need to get this video out for y'all today. So let me get out of here. Love and light to every last one of you. I appreciate the vibes, Love Tribe. I really, really do. Enjoy the rest of your day or night or whatever. And until the next video. Peace out.